So here's the motor mount I made for this old lathe. I'm almost ready for testing. The last thing I need to do is hook up the electrics to my variable frequency drive. So what we got here is a 1 horsepower 940 RPM motor that came out of a chicken barn. It was used for ventilation and it was dirty as hell. So I cleaned it up as best as I could, and I made a pulley for it. Here you can see the pulley that I made for this motor. It's a 3-step pulley, and it should give me a speed range from about 230 to 40 to a bit under 500. So this should be the 500 setting. That should be about 350, and that should be about 320. And together with the VFD, I should have quite a nice speed range. Although I do think that there might be a problem running this thing at about 100 RPM, because the VFD, well, you lose a lot of power. But we'll see how this turns out. And it just fits without hitting the wall, which is important. I am a bit worried that this pulley might slip, because it's rather small and the belt is only, well, there's not much contact area for the belt because of the big spindle pulley. Here's a closer look at the hinge that pivoting point that I fabricated. It uses these polyurethane bushes, and it turned out pretty good, because there's absolutely no play in there. When you try and rock the motor, or you try to twist the motor, there is no noticeable play. On the back of the motor mount there is this spring that helps with the belt tensioning. It actually came from the old drill press, the homemade drill press that I took apart. I must say that I wish I put some more tension on that spring, because as it is, the belt tension is pretty loose. Especially, well, you want quite a bit of belt tension, especially for that small 5 cm pulley. And the spring tension gets even less when you move to the higher speed pulley combinations. But you gain some, well, the weight of the motor takes over, and since the motor pulley is a bit bigger, I think you don't need that much tension anyway. Hopefully it will turn out okay, but I have my doubts. I'm finished installing the cable to the motor, and I hooked this old switch that actually came from the worst lathe in the world video. I hooked this up, and it's gonna be my on-off switch, and there is enough space in there so I can install a what's called a potentiometer for speed control. This probably won't work till I configure the VFD. Yeah, I'm ready to switch on the VFD. Here we go. Alright. 0 hertz. Okay. Let's start stop. That switch has seen better days. It's running in the wrong direction. Yeah. The reverse switch is also a bit, well, difficult. Maybe it might get better after a bit of use. This is 15 hertz. 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60 hertz. It's rather noisy. I'm a bit disappointed by that. Yeah. I can get the belt to slip on the motor pulley. Not that hard. So I need to put some more tension on that spring. Hertz. No problem stopping that thing. 25 hertz. The belt on here is pretty old. It even had some rust on it, so. No heat built up so far. Let's try the highest setting. Well, that's no good. That's disappointing. Disappointing, but not completely unexpected. I'm gonna try and figure out how I can use this external switch. On the inside of the cover it says number 12 is start, stop, forward, reverse control, local, external. So I don't know. Yeah, this unlocks it, and then you go to 12 and you set that to 1. How did I do that? Set. No. And then hopefully that was correct. Bingo. The external switch also sets forward reverse to external, so the machine now runs reverse, but I can't switch to forward using the control on the VFD. So I'll probably have to wire in a switch or shorten out a couple of connectors inside the VFD, because I don't really need a reverse on this lathe. You can't run it in reverse because of the the chuck will spin off. It's a bit jumpy. Pulling down on the spring helps. Well, this isn't a great success. Damn! That sucks. The bearings make a bit of noise, so I guess I should replace those. So it looks like that this isn't a great success. Kind of pisses me off, because I spent quite a lot of time setting this up. I guess now I have to figure out where I went wrong.